Let's start on our backs. Have the feet the width of the mat, the knees together. Yeah, like a little mountain on your backs. Yeah, feet wide. Yeah. Um, and palms face up. Yeah. Close your eyes. Take a giant breath in. Take a giant breath out. I'm actually going to support this. I'm going to put my feet on the blocks just for fun and do it that way. Yeah. Just elevating. Giant breath in. Loud clearing breath out. Blink the eyes open. I'm just going to make my feet a little bit more like railroad tracks. You don't have to do it with the blocks. If you have no blocks because you're traveling, that's fine. Cross the right ankle over the top of the thigh. Okay, can you see me behind the heavy furniture that I didn't move? Okay, so do ankle to knee with your left foot on the block. Yeah, you could move back a little. Oh, you could move forward. Okay, use your right palm to press your right thigh open. Either your left foot is on the block or just directly to the floor, that's fine. Take your left arm straight up behind you, and I want you to really reach the left arm to the back skinny edge of the mat and use your right palm to press the right thigh open. Ground the left heel, the left foot, spread the lower back down, draw the belly in. So it's easy when you get to a position like this for your lower back to pop up off the floor. So just stay connected. Just take a couple more breaths. Strong flex of the right foot. Big reach of the left side of the body. Exhale the breath, let it go. I'm just going to take my right foot now down to the block or the floor. You pick. Okay. Left ankle is going to cross over the top of the right thigh. I'm going to use my left palm to encourage the external rotation. I'm going to make sure my lower back stays down. My right foot is grounded. My right arm will stretch up. Yeah. And I'm just going to breathe. I'm just trying to find some space in the body. Use the left palm to encourage that left thigh to continuously open. Let the right side of the body really lengthen. Keep the neck neutral. And it's easy. I know I could feel my lower back start to pop up as I go too deep into the pose. So stay grounded. Keep the lower spine pressing. You got to really draw the belly in to do that. Yeah. Take another big breath in. Exhale the breath, let it go. Take the foot back down. Hug the knees in, just give them a nice active squeeze and rock and roll a couple times. Come up, cross the ankles, obviously move any objects out of the way if they are there. And let's step into a little tabletop position. I'm gonna have my blocks up there. Curl the toes into the mat. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. One more, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, round and look in. Good. Come to a flat back tabletop position. Slide the right leg back so you're just in a half plank, just like this. Curl the right toes. Yeah. Float the right leg up so it's hip height. So we do everything in steps. So it's good. If you feel like you've had enough in a step, you just pause. You don't have to move on. Yeah. Keep the right leg really engaged. Now point your right toes to activate the hamstring. Really draw that belly in and keep the spine super straight. Good. Hug the right knee in and up, scoop up the belly. So you're in a little tabletop and you're going to practice knee to chest. So round in. Extend the right leg back. Let's activate and flex. And then we'll point the toe to really work the glute and then squeeze in. Arms are straight up and down. One more. As you extend out on the exhale, flex the foot and then point the toe and hug straight in. Step the right foot forward and through, be in a low baby lunge. Slide the left leg back just like this. I'm going to use my left hand down on this block and I'm just going to take my right arm and peel it back. So if you don't have any blocks, you can just tent the fingertips. Right. And then I'm going to focus on my right hip, hugging it in, breathing the chest, the collarbone nice and open. Take another big breath in. Good. The right arm straight up towards the sky, the left knee out on an angle. I'm going to keep my hand on the block this morning or the floor, and I'm stacking open to a supported side plank. With the hand on the block, I find that it really softens the shoulder away from the ear. Once again, if there's no block, just make do. Stack up the body, lift from that inner right thigh. Breathe your chest open. Take another big breath in. Eyes to the floor, right hand down, square off the hips, just step to a tabletop. Okay, we'll try the other side. If it didn't work out, it's in the past. Left leg back, curl the toes into the mat. Connect. Float the leg up so it's hip height. Everything in steps. Point the toe to activate the quadricep, the hamstring, the glute, and then hug in, draw in. Good. Extend it back, but create the flex to start so you activate the center line. Then point the toe and hug in. Extend it back, flex, strong. Point the toe and draw in, scoop, scoop, scoop. And then step the foot all the way forward and through. Take the right leg back a little so it's on an angle like this. Take a block if you have one nearby. You can even use 2 blocks, okay, if you feel really tight. Right hand down, left arm peels open. Go the other way, Kate. Right hand down, other right hand, and the left arm back. There you go. We're a little discombobulated over here. Yeah. Breathe. Good. Left arm straight up. Take the right leg, turn on the angle. You may need to bring your block in a little and stack it open to a supported side plank. Okay, if it didn't work out so pretty, it's okay. Yeah, sometimes you need to readjust, stack up the body. Breathe. Use the block. It's kind of nice. Yeah. Collarbone, chest spreading, lift from that inner thigh. Spread open a little bit more. Hand and knee to the floor, tabletop position. Good. Hands walk out, curl the toes into the mat, lift the knees an inch, lift your hips, down dog. Let's pedal it out. Walk in place a couple times. Yeah. And then find some stillness. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out through your mouth. Let your shoulders move away from your ears. Yes. Breathe your hips way up off your shoulders. Looks good. Yeah, so just really pay attention that you're not dumping all the weight into your upper body. Yeah, sometimes it's the hardest part is coming to this down dog. So if you need to take a break, you drop down and then you reset. Breathe your hips way up off your shoulders. What's going on over there, Reggie? It's you throwing stuff around. Roll forward to plank, lead with your chest. When you come forward to this first plank, make sure you're aligned. So your shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists. You want one straight line of energy, such as I'm demonstrating here. If you come here and you're like, all right, I can't support this morning, or just don't want to give up this much energy, drop your knees and support the pose. There's nothing wrong with taking modifications. Sometimes it's better. Support the posture, draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone, activate the center line, hips up and back, down dog. I'm going to get you guys moving, okay? So roll forward to a plank. Drop your knees for support, everybody. Lower halfway to a supported push-up. Straighten your arms to supported plank. Yep, lift the knees so you're in one straight line of energy. Hips up and back, down dog. Plug down, roll forward, plank position. Halfway to a push-up, you can keep your knees lifted at this point. Re-straighten your arms to plank position or supported plank. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step to the top of the mat, take 2 big steps or a lot of steps to get there. Long spine weight is forward. Listen, if you can't reach the floor this morning, your hands come to your shins. This is a great alternative. Exhale, fold, let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Ooh, get a little head rush. Hands to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees. Bend your knees a lot as you fold. Let your head go. Long spine sets you up. Once again, if the hands don't make it to the floor, the shins are totally appropriate. Step, step to plank. Once you arrive in plank position, decide if you're adding or subtracting push-ups. Find something that works. Halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra. Press through the hands, the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. I generally just step. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold, let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms, keep going. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, let your head go. Long spine to set you up. Step, step to plank. So when you step back, if you could, change the step back of the leg each time, it's a little better. Up dog, sometimes we don't notice. Hips up and back, down dog. Spread the toes wide, breathe the hips way, way up. Activate the arms, look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag the hands to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go up, dive in half over bent knees, let your head go. Long spine to prepare, step, step to plank. Halfway to a push-up, up dog pulls you through, press with the hands, the tops of the feet, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's come forward to plank and hug the right knee towards the navel. Yeah, look forward with your eyes. Scoop up the belly a little more, and then land your right foot all the way forward and through. Yes. Drop the back knee. Right foot is aligned up with the right knee. Arms come straight up towards the sky, supported lunge. You could play with this a little. If it doesn't feel great in the lower back, you can pull out of it a little bit like this. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can drop your hips a little lower. Okay, the arms are rising up towards the sky. The hips are melting down towards the floor. Yeah, and just find your breath as you feel. Good, take another big breath in. Hands to frame your front foot. Activate your back left knee so it's lifted from the ground. A block is super helpful here. Your left hand on the floor, the block on the instep, the right arm peels open, you go into an easy twist, okay? Right hip grips in, activate the back leg. If having the right arm up feels kind of crummy this morning, right hand can just come to the flat part of your back, such as I'm demonstrating. Look sideways, look up. Soften where you can soften. Breathe through whatever you're feeling. Right hand comes down to frame the front foot. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. You can move your block to the outside or pull up anywhere on the front of the right shin from the ground up into triangle pose. Yes, the block to the outside is helpful. Anywhere along the front side of your right shin leg area. You can even be up really high like I'm demonstrating here if your lower back is sensitive. Down a little lower if you've got more range of motion. Stack open here. You want to feel like you're leaning back a little bit. We're really supported through the inner arches of your feet, inner and outer parts of your thighs and legs. Spread the collarbone. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Look sideways, maybe look up. Last few. Hands to frame your front foot. Left heel peels up off the ground. You're back in this little runner's lunge. Plant the hands down, step to a plank. Halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank, hug your left knee in and up, scoop up the belly. Yeah, look forward with your eyes, arms are straight up and down. Scoop it up a little bit more. Land the left foot forward and through a nice big step. Drop the back knee on an angle, sweep the arms up, just keep it real basic, supported lunge. So this is a pretty major psoas stretch. This is stretching out the front of the right thigh, which is your walking muscle. Yeah, play with this a little. I'm showing it where I'm dropping down a little deeper, but by all means, if it doesn't feel good, pull out of it a little. Keep the neck nice and neutral. So you want your hips to be real heavy and then the side of your body really elevated up. Yeah. Soften where you can soften. Neck is soft, gaze is soft, breath is flowing. Hands to frame your front foot. Activate your back leg. You're in a low lunge. And then tent the right fingertips, right hand to the instep of that left foot. Peel open, easy twist. Stack it open right here. Yeah, grip the left hip in, activate that back leg. Look sideways, look up. Another big breath in. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Anywhere across the front of your left shin, you pull up into a triangle pose. Yeah, and you pick your distance. The splay of your feet, soften the shoulders, look sideways, look up. Your side body is long. Your feet are anchored. Your inner and outer thighs are working together. Lean back a tiny bit. Hands to frame your front foot. Peel the right heel off. You're in a low lunge. Step to a plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra. Pick what feels best. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. It's about a 70-degree angle, almost completely forward. Root to rise, warrior one as you come up. This is first warrior. Outer blade of your back foot presses firm. You want to steer the left side of your body forward, sit heavy in the standing front thigh. Get a little heavier in your feet and your legs as you drop your hips a little lower. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position. Add or subtract push-ups. You can take them out completely. Hips up and back, down dog. Step the left foot forward and through. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. Let's rise. First warrior. Take a couple extra breaths to get you set. Use the outer blade of your back right foot. Press down firm. So I think for me, once I heard the cue that the right ribs have to spin forward, I was like, okay, I understand that my feet need to be facing the front edge of the mat. So if the back foot's turned open too much, you're going to have a little bit of trouble doing that. Elevate your legs by pressing down into the mat. Yeah, that's going to give you the power. Hands to frame your front foot. Vinyasa, or listen, just go back to dog and breathe here. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look to the top of the mat. Step, step, float, get there nice and light. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Heavy in your heels for chair, sit deep. Stick your butt way back. Shoot up to stand up. Use the energy in your legs and your feet. Drag your hands to prayer and stand for a second. Drop your arms. Okay, so we're going to put it all together. You seem super excited here, so I can only imagine. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels. Sit back, chair pose. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, float through a vinyasa of choice. You can go plank, halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra, hips up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Hands come back down, vinyasa or take it out. When you get to your down dog, the left foot lands, the back foot turns, you root to rise, come on up. Back down we go, adding or subtracting what you need. Some of us have a lot of coffee in our system, some of us don't have enough. Down dog is where we meet. Arms stay straight, look where you want to go, step or float, tap a mat. Long spine weight is forward. Fold. Chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. They're not that bad. Let's keep going. Arms go up. Heavy in your heels. Chair. Dive over bent legs. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step, step. Keep it moving. Vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back. Down dog. Right foot lands. Back foot turns. Keep going. Warrior one. Back down we go. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Hips up and back. Down dog. The left foot lands. Back foot turns. Rise. Hands to the floor. Through your version. So you might be sick of push-ups. That's okay. Or back bends. Go to a dog and hold. You can also rest whenever you need in a child's pose. Look where you want to go. Step or float. Top of mat. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Yeah, Chrissy and Donna have it right. I mean, your background looks a hell of a lot better than everyone else's here. Yeah, shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go from the top. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Sit heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over bent legs, forward fold. Always let your head just go when you fold. Long spine sets you up. Step, step to plank. Yep, halfway to your push-up. Smooth through your transition of the up dog. Hips up and back down dog. Looks really good. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. You want to take enough time to get into the posture, breathe, and then take it to the floor. You don't want to feel super rushed. Chaturanga. Good. Meet me in a dog, and then the left foot will land. Left side, first warrior. Here we go. Back down we go through your version of a vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Heavy in your heels for chair. I've been taking chair with my feet a little separated. You can play around with that. Yeah. Drag the hands to prayer at heart. Inhale your breath. You're going to hook and take it to the right. So listen, if lower back is sensitive this morning, you know I'm a big fan of just kind of air twisting like I'm demonstrating here. You don't have to hook. The biggest goal in this pose is to keep the legs aligned and the hips aligned. Good. So watch that the left knee doesn't slide past the right. That's what we're looking for. And the spine stays long as you look sideways or up. Heavy in your heels, the weight moves back. Twist open a little bit deeper. Let's pull around to chair. Keep your arms really active, guys. You're going to press strongly to stand and draw your right knee in towards your chest. You're going to give it a big squeeze. Stand up tall. So when I do this posture, I think like, you know, when you lay on your back and we draw the knee towards the navel, you're not yanking the leg towards you. You want to find balance. Soften the shoulders down the back. Flex the right foot. And then you can stay here, your right hand on the front of the right knee and your left arm up towards the sky, or you can hook your big toe with a peace sign grip and extend the leg forward. My hamstring's really tight this morning, so it's not going to go pin straight. I'm demonstrating what that would look like. If you do have the flexibility to go straight, always keep a softness behind the knee. Right knee can be bent at any amount. Keep driving the left side of the body into the mat, left foot grounding, and left arm spearing up towards the sky as you soften the shoulders down the back. 3 more breaths. Wherever you are is just fine. So without letting that right leg drop, keep it in space and extend your right arm up towards the sky. You can just keep the right leg bent. Lower the right foot back down, arms stay elevated. Sit in chair. Drag the hands to prayer, stay engaged. Inhale your breath, hook and twist towards the left. The good thing about doing practice like this is if you go the wrong direction, it's all good. Just do the side you didn't do. Pay attention to your alignment. Look sideways, look up, keep the neck neutral. 2 knees aligned. Your breath is flowing. Weight in your heels. Couple more. You're doing great. Keep the weight in your heels. Stay strong in your legs. Pull around to chair. Keep your arms and your energy moving up. As you press to stand, really press down and then draw the left knee in. Grab below the kneecap, give it a squeeze. You can always just stay here. This is working on balance. Yeah, draw the belly in, activate that right quadricep, squeeze the muscles around the glute. Your hand slides, the left hand slides to the front of the knee, and the right arm extends up. This is the starting place. If you feel you can move on, hook the big toe, and then kick out at any amount. You can keep a nice little bend behind the knee. The growth of this posture happens from the right side of your body. As you elevate up, soften the shoulders down the back, draw the belly and the waist in, fix your eyes. Keep the breath moving. Keep the leg lifted in space, don't let it drop. Rebend that left leg, arms go up, you're just holding that left leg in space. Lower back draws in. Lower the left foot down, chair. Sit really, really deep. I'm gonna reach for my blocks and I'm gonna find a boat with my hands on the blocks. My knees are bent. So if you don't have blocks, tense the fingertips like this and really elevate the chest. Good, I like the blocks because it keeps you out of your lower back. Yeah, and if your arms are longer, they may be a little closer to you. I'm gonna reach out. You're gonna lower halfway to Ardha Navasana. The legs can be lifted at any angle that works. Shoulder blades are lifted, neck is neutral. Lower back is spreading across the mat. Yep, use the strength of your core to pull back up from Boat Navasana. That was fantastic. Cross the ankles, step or float through a vinyasa. It was so great we didn't do it again. Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, turn the back foot on an angle. Let's cartwheel open warrior 2. Set up your feet so your right foot intersects your back left arch. Spread the chest open nice and wide. Lengthen your tailbone. Fix your eyes. This is a great way to open your hips. It's a natural external rotation. The tailbone drops down. Side ribs nice and long. Close your eyes and just maintain stability and a nice calm flow of breath for a few really good breaths. On every exhale breath, see if you can sink a little lower. Yeah. Keep the shape of your legs. Reach out with your right hand and place your hand to the outside of your foot. Utilize a block. It can go up super high, it can go on the medium height. If you don't have a block and this doesn't feel great, your arm can just rest on the top of the thigh like I'm demonstrating here. The left arm can wrap up and forward as an option or straight up, you pick. I actually fist my hand into the block. I find it creates a little bit more space to my shoulder away from my ear. Yeah, you can just play with little things. So there's little things that as we move through the practice, like I found have worked for me, right? And maybe it will help you or not. Grip the right hip in. That's like the hardest part of this pose is to take your right hip and make sure it's not sticking out. Yes. And then take the right side of your ribs and keep turning them. Yeah. Press strong through your feet and your legs. Look down, stay low to the floor. Move the block with you. It's definitely going to help. Or tent the ground, Ardha Chandrasana. So you're just stepping up now. The recommendation is to keep a soft bend behind the right knee. And you have to play with where the block is, side ribs long. Add in whatever feels appropriate here or back out. You want to bind, you can bend your left leg in half, reach for the ankle and kick behind you. Maybe just need to work on maintaining your breath in the pose. You can lean against the wall too. If you had a wall, yeah. Stay with it, guys. If you fall out, you just try again. Regular half moon if you added in anything fancy. And then transition back to warrior two. Sometimes it's a little funky. See how we did with it. Yeah, we not so bad. Warrior two again. Reestablish the shape, flip the palm, reverse the warrior. And now we're going to come into the B variation, the hand to the instep of the foot. Yeah, you can just repeat arm to top of thigh. The reason I like to do this is it gets a different little area of the hip. Your left arm can now come to your hip, or you can wrap it behind you for a half bind. So yeah. Good. Keep turning the ribs and look sideways, look up. Continuously pressing through that left leg and gripping your right hip in strong. And then come back to the breath for the last few moments. And the pose really comes together. Anchor strong, guys. Warrior two, pull it out, pull it up, spread the arms. Take it to the floor, vinyasa, or simply just step to a dog. Feel out what really you need what you need for today so you can make this work. From your down dog, step your left foot smack in between your hands, turn the back foot on a strong angle, cartwheel open, warrior two on the other side. Yeah, so we have to iron out the position of the feet. Lengthen the tailbone, spread the collarbone, settle in here. Your back foot should have a nice little turn, just a tiny turn. Looks good. And then wrap the thigh open. So I always think the inner part of my thigh, roll it towards the outside of the baby toe. That's going to get you the rotation. And then close your eyes and be here. Soften the shoulders. There's all these little bluebirds outside. Where are they coming from? They're really pretty. This is the things that we're noticing. Couple more breaths. It's funny because sometimes you stop and you pause and you see something that is always there that you've never noticed. Reach out with your left hand and place it to the outside of your foot. Top arm up. Arm can rest on the top of the thigh as an alternative. If one side is tighter, you may need to position the block. Yep. My arm's just straight up today, but you can wrap it up and forward like I'm showing here. Find something you know you can maintain for a few really good breaths. Yeah. Sit a little deeper. Take that outer left hip and grip it in. Turn your bottom ribs and breathe. It gets a little gritty at the end. 3 more breaths. Look down, stay close to the floor. I move my block on the high setting and bring my right hand to hip, and I pop up this way, the half moon. Find the stability first, stack it open, soften behind the left knee, of course. Lift from that inner thigh. Keep it basic, or add in the little bind if you want. The kick goes behind you if you get hold of your right ankle. Turn the bottom ribs, look sideways, look up. If you lose your balance and you fall, just restart. Focus on that left foot, keeping it forward, and the hip gripping in. Release that top leg, regular Ardha Chandrasana. That's half moon pose. Transition back, warrior two. Warrior two. Take a second to reestablish it, Yep. Lengthen the tailbone, flip the palm, reverse. Your side body gets a pretty awesome stretch here. Good. Keep wrapping that thigh open. Come back to warrior two. Place your hand on the instep of the foot. Yeah, so this is the B variation. I like a block. Get the shoulder to slide down the back. Right arm straight up, hand to hip, or wrap it behind you for a half bind. Lean back a little bit. Yep, get the crown of the head to line up with that front foot. Anchor and breathe. Couple more. On the next sharp exhale breath, warrior two, pull it up. Take it to the floor, vinyasa. Meet me in a dog. Have your blocks at the top of the mat, guys. You don't have blocks, just, have long fingers. I don't know what else to suggest. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and step the right foot forward, back foot turns, rise warrior one, come on up. Yep, warrior one. Did you see we got a little note came through the door here? Sasha stayed home from school because I think she's jealous that it's Jake's birthday, and it says, I am hungry. I don't think I need to see the pediatrician today. I think we'll work this out. So here you are in warrior one. Drop your arms anywhere you want them to go. I like them here, but you can have hands in prayer too. You're gonna launch off for warrior three. Now, if your balance sucks, use the blocks, a person, an object to kind of even it off. So you're gonna come into warrior three, anywhere you want your arms. You may have to start with the blocks, and then maybe you can reach the arms back. You wanna keep everything squared off. The eyes of the shoulders lift a little higher. The left hand's gonna come down to the block, the right hand on the flat part of the back. They're going into a revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Not the easiest pose, so stack up the body the best that you can. Definitely use something to elevate that left hand. If you can peel your right arm open, go for it. If not, just keep the hand on the flat part of the back. We're not holding forever. Soften behind the standing right knee. Lift from your inner left thigh. I'm gonna point my toes just so I can get a little bit more elevation from that leg. Look sideways, look up, and breathe yourself open like this. Another big breath in, stay with me. Right hand back down to the floor of the block, okay? Hug your left knee in, soften that right knee. Come up standing, hugging that left leg in. It is definitely challenging. Arms are up, leg is bent. We did this before. Wrap the left thigh around the right, and then wrap the left arm under for eagle, okay? Sit deep in the standing right thigh. Yes, steer the hips back, weights in that heel. Rather than yanking down on the arms, lift the elbows up. Look forward. Sit a little bit deeper, you got this. Squeeze the arms nice and tight and the legs nice and tight. Unravel just your arms. Unwind your left leg and step it back about 3 feet. So it's like a short warrior one. Your arms are moving up. Yeah. Right hand on hip, left arm extends up. Your feet are about hips width distance. Come halfway down. So it's up, the left arm reaches forward. Use the block, place it to the instep of the right foot, and let's set up for twisting triangle. Right hand comes back to the flat part of the back. Look sideways, look up. Feel like you've got you by your hips, and they're pulling you by the back skin, towards the back skinny edge of the mat. Soften the shoulder down the back and twist open. Anchor through your feet, squeeze your inner and outer thighs, lengthen the spine. One more big breath in. Hands to frame your front foot. Just fold over your right leg, just fold. You may need to bend your right knee in order to do that. Just fold over that right leg, let your head go. Plant the palms, step to a dog. When you get to this down dog, roll forward plank, lower halfway down. Pull yourself through an up dog or cobra, just clearing it out. Hips up and back, down dog. Forget about that side, we move on to the left. Left foot comes forward, back foot turns, rise. Warrior one, come on up. The first established warrior one. So remember what I said, the whole right side of the body has to turn forward. Arms go anywhere you want them to go. Mine go alongside the body. Hands can come to prayer, hands can come to hips. You're gonna press off warrior three. Have the blocks nearby just in case your balance gets a little floppy. Yeah. And then you work here. Always keep a little bend behind that left knee. Yeah, and if you fall over, it's okay. Right hand comes down to the floor. I definitely use a block here. Left hand to the flat part of the back. I'm moving into revolved Ardha. Try pointing your right toes and see if that gives you a little bit more lift from that inner thigh. There you go. Look sideways or look up. Try not to look back. Yeah, nice. Left arm eventually opens towards the sky. That happens in time. Lift a little higher. Left hand to the floor, pause. Soften behind the left knee, like bend it a lot, and then take the right knee and hug it in. Slide your hands to your hips, press to stand, and then arms come towards the sky. If it didn't work, you're standing on your left leg and your right knee is bent in half. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Wrap yourself up, right thigh around the left, right arm under. Squeeze, squeeze the arms, squeeze the legs, weights in that standing left heel. Take the knees a little to the right. Yep. Rather than yanking down, lift the elbows up. Sit deeper. Two more. Keep the legs the way they are first. Just unravel your arms. The arms go straight up, then unravel your right leg. It's like a 3-foot step back, just like a short step. Not too tiny though. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Left hand on hip, right arm reaches up, steer the right side of your body forward, come halfway, come the rest of the way. Use a block, place it to the instep of the foot, take your left foot, Kate, over towards the door more. There you go. And then look sideways, look up and twist. This is called twisting triangle. Feel like someone's got you by your hips, pulling you back, and then stack it open. Squeeze your outer hips in. Yeah. That's a good space here in the body. One more big breath in. Hands to frame that front foot and just fold. Fold over that front leg and let it go. Let it go. Let your head go. And just breathe into the meaty part of your hamstrings. Hands to the earth. Let's step to a dog. From this down dog today, just step your right foot forward. Crescent lunge. Come on up. Slide your hands to prayer. Lean out. Hook and twist. Now just putting it all together. This is crescent with a twist. If you get here and it doesn't feel good in your body this morning, know the modification, the back knee can drop. This is a great way to take it. Activate, lengthen, and twist. This is another great pose that you want to make sure you're looking sideways or looking up, not looking back. When we look back, the spine has a tendency to want to round. We want a nice, straight, long spine so we can keep the body aligned. Grip your right hip in, activate that back leg, and twist open a little bit more. On every exhale breath, take it deeper. Hands to frame your front foot. Listen carefully. You're just going to stay low to the ground. You're going to pivot through center. Rather than taking a wide straddle where you walk your hands directly in between, I mean, you're welcome to do it that way and go upside down. Play with this. If you have this space, walk your hands way out for, it's like a funky down dog, but it's a hamstring release. You have to walk your heels back and then walk your arms all the way forward. Like as far as forward as they can go without you feeling like you're going to slip. Yeah. Let your head relax. Walk the hands back in. Creep back to the right. Peel your right foot around. Left heel is lifted. Step to a plank. Halfway to a push-up. peel through the back bend, hips up and back, down dog. Stay with it. Left foot comes forward, crescent lunge. Yeah, I find when we do that hamstring stretch that way, it's a little less jammy in the low back. Drag the hands to prayer, lean out, lots of space. You can also just stay here and take a little air twist, or you can hook in and twist open. Back leg is super charged up, or the knee can drop. Get in there, lean back a little bit. Yeah, Chrissy, walk your foot over to the left a little, and I think if you have wider positioning, you may the other direction. Yeah. Now you got it. Yeah, because it's about keeping the pelvis neutral, and when you feel like the pelvis is out of alignment, it's hard to balance. Twist open, guys. Couple more. One more sharp exhale breath. Hands to frame your front foot. Yeah, just step to dog. And when you get to this down dog, take your right knee and drag it in for a half pigeon. Yeah, just keep the mind going. Like, you don't always have to do 100 push-ups. And then fold here. Yeah, let the mind just relax so the body can tap into a position where it can get a little bit of relief. Fold a little deeper. Down dog. Other side. Feed the left leg forward. Half pigeon. Fold. Yeah, make sure the entire body isn't dropping to the left, so your right thigh bone is resting on the mat as well as the top of the right foot. Melt a little deeper. Good. Come up nice and slow. Lean onto the left side. If you have the blocks, bring them with you. You're going to make them like a set of railroad tracks. The feet can go on the blocks. If you just have one, it can go the long direction. If you don't have them, that's fine. The feet are going to go flat on the blocks, about hips width distance. You're going to lift your tailbone up, anchor the back of the triceps, and come into bridge like this. Interlace the hands if you prefer. Obviously, no blocks. Feet just go flat to the ground. Lengthen the tailbone and lift up. Exhale the breath, lower it down. Take a breath in. Take a full breath out. Repeat or full wheel. Flip your palms, chin to chest, lift up, or just repeat. Back of the triceps, press, clasping of the hands. Steer the thighs forward, feet face forward, inner and outer thighs kind of turn down. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, lower down. Good. If you have a block, take it underneath your lower back. You just need one. feet go flat to the floor. Block can go any direction that works best for you, low, medium, or high. Set up like you're going to supported bridge. Okay, if you can clasp your hands around the block, that's great. If you can't, just elbows can be down. And then from here, you're gonna lift one leg and then the other leg up. So you're in a supported shoulder stand, flex the toes, kind of a little flex point situation going on. Obviously, if you don't have a block, your back is just flat against the mat. See how you're all doing with that. Nice work, guys. See if you can keep them up a few more breaths. Yes. Bend the knees in half. Take the feet flat to the floor. Once the feet come down and you really feel secure, then lift your hips up enough that you can remove the block. Then your feet are wide and your knees knock in. And this is how we started this morning. Yes, you got it, Maria. Perfect. So you're just neutralizing everything. You'll just take your knees over to the right like this. So the right thigh is like a supta baddha and your left leg is moving down on an angle. And then your right ankle comes onto the top of that left thigh for an IT band stretch. Hands can go behind the head, neck, and actually you can stretch your left arm straight up, and that's going to give you more of a side body stretch. Let the right foot fall off the left thigh first. Bring the hands even to the back of the head, and then wrap up to center. Feet are wide. Lift the hips over to the right enough that the knees can drop to the left. And then the left foot can slide on the top of that right thigh. The right arm can reach straight up and back. Hands even behind the head. Let the foot fall off the thigh first. Come up to neutral. Reach for the outer blades of your feet. Happy baby, lengthen the tailbone. If you can't grab the base of your feet, just pull the backs of your thighs down towards the mat. Wrap around the outer part of your ribs. Lengthen your tailbone. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a final little squeeze here. And then release out to Shavasana, complete rest. If you have two blocks, you can place them one under each thigh. Let your feet splay apart. Don't cheat yourself with this. This is the best part of the practice. Cover yourself with something. Let your eyes shut and just let go. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Finish it off with a loud exhale breath out. Arms come up over the top of the head for a full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And rock up to face center. As you sit up, just feel for a moment, let the shoulders fall down the back. Definitely feel a little more grounded after practicing. That is the goal. Hands to prayer at heart. Bow your head for a moment. Lots of gratitude always. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Go out there. Have a great afternoon. If you're somewhere really warm, please enjoy it for us.